Hello and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing good. Doing monthly basic preparation helps me so much with everyday cooking. And I first start this with healthy multigrain powder. Though I enjoy variety of breakfast, I always end up eating multigrain porridge in the morning. Usually my mom prepares and gives me, but once it gets over, I always end up using the store-bought one and instantly regret the decision for two main reasons. One, it is very costly, and two, it doesn't smell and taste like a homemade one. So this time I decided to make this health mix powder by myself. First I purchased all the necessary pulses, grains, millets and nuts from my local departmental store. Then I have measured all the ingredients using a weighing scale as per the proportion and kept it ready. It is recommended to wash and dry the ingredients first before roasting to remove all the dirt present in it. But since I got it from a very good departmental store, I directly started roasting it. Approximately I roasted each of them for 3 minutes with the help of a timer. Once the millet turns into a nice golden brown and emits a nice aroma, I removed it from the flame and let it to cool. Usually the corn gets done very quickly, but since I got distracted a little, I ended up making a surprise snacks for myself. So again I roasted a new batch of corn, but this time I took it from the flame immediately once the golden spot starts to appear. Next the roasted gram just needs light roasting. Then I am roasting the cashews and almonds until golden brown. At last I am slightly roasting the cardamom until it swells up like this. Once all the ingredients are cooled down, I am transferring it into a jar and my husband will get it grinded from the flour mill later. Next I am going to prepare a quick healthy protein rich snacks trial mix. It is just a mixture of nuts, seeds and dried fruits of our choice. In my pantry, some of the nuts and dried fruits are consumed often and some are untouched most of the time. This mix helps to consume everything equally and nothing gets wasted. To make this, first I started by roasting cashews and almonds. Then I make sure that the dry grapes are clean by washing and drying them. Next, I started by chopping all the nuts coarsely. I didn't add walnut to this as I always feel that they taste better when soaked overnight in water. For the dry fruits, I have taken few figs and chopped them into bite-sized pieces. Next I am adding the washed dry grapes to it. And then I am adding some dried cranberries. Then for the seeds I am adding sunflower, muskmelon and pumpkin seeds. This scoop is very handy for picking up food items and for mixing as well. And after mixing everything I am adding this to an airtight container and I will be keeping this inside the fridge. Next, I am going to prepare two powders that I use regularly. All-in-one spice mix and lentil powder. I use this all-purpose spice mix for most of my one-pot non-veg gravies. The base paste for my non-veg dish will be mostly ginger, garlic and chilli. Additionally, I will be adding this spice powder to enhance the taste. I will be also using this for vegetable gravies and biryanis as well. To make this, first I start by roasting all the above ingredients until golden brown, and I am keeping this aside to let it cool. Next, for the lentil powder, I have taken the above ingredients. This is known in southern household by various names. They can be added to soft warm idlis directly with little bit of oil or ghee. They can also be eaten with dosa, rice or even upma. To make this, first I start by roasting all the 3 varieties of lentils that I have taken: tur dal, chana dal and urad dal. Next, I am adding a handful of peeled garlic. This enhances the flavor to the next level. I roast them until both sides are lightly charred. Next, I am adding a handful of curry leaves. It gives a nice aroma to the powder. I am roasting it until crunchy. And I have also roasted 6 dried chili and added to this. Now the roasted spices are ready to be blended. I am using this mini sieve for sifting the spice powder. Then again I am grinding this into a nice powder. As I believe that it stays fresh for only few weeks, I make them in a smaller batch every month. With a little bit of salt to taste, I am grinding the lentils into a nice powder. Even if it is not too smooth, it is okay. A little bit of coarseness adds a nice crunch to it. With the help of serrated knife, I am peeling the ginger. This removes the skin easily without any wastage. Then I wrap everything in a tissue paper and at last I am keeping them in a box together. For the past 1 year I have been following this technique for storing herbs. After removing any yellow or spoiled leaf, I store them upright in a jar full of water. I have to make sure that only the stem part touches the water and no leaves are immersed, otherwise it might start to decay. I do the same for the mint leaves as well. And finally, to avoid wilting of leaves, I am covering it with a plastic cover. With the help of this technique, the herb stays fresh in the fridge for up to a month. Frozen corns are available in the market throughout the year but are very costly. Hence, I make my own frozen corns. After snapping the cob into 2 halves, I am removing each row of corn with the help of knife. Next, I am going to make a frozen veggie pack with beans and carrots. To all the people who buy fresh vegetables from the markets on daily basis for cooking, please don't come at me in the comment section. Because some days I feel too lazy to cook, so I'll end up ordering and regret later. So if I keep everything ready in my fridge, I'll automatically feel motivated or at least forced to cook at home. So I'll always make sure of keeping a vegetable mix in my freezer ready. Either I'll boil and eat it for lunch as a side dish or I'll add them to my noodles, upma or pulao. For the carrots, radish and beetroot, I'll always peel the skin before storing them in the fridge. This prevents them from getting soggy. Then I'll store them in an airtight container. I'm using this silicone reusable bags for storing corn kernels and vegetable mix. I've got some roasted peanuts and hazelnuts. With these two, I'm going to make Nutella and peanut butter. First, to make Nutella, I started by roasting 1 cup of hazelnuts. Once they start to turn nice golden brown, the skin comes off automatically. After it's done, I'm letting it to cool for a while, then transferring it into a mixer jar. I'm giving a 50-second pulse until it turns into a smooth paste. And to this I'm adding 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. For the velvety consistency, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. If you don't like olive oil, you can replace it with coconut oil as well. This homemade Nutella is high in vitamin E and full of healthy fats. This stays fresh for a month in the fridge. This smells so good and I can't wait to eat a toast with this. But before that, I'm going to make a peanut butter spread. I've already roasted the peanuts and removed the skin, so I'm just lightly roasting them again to make sure that they are crunchy. Then I'm adding this to the mixer jar and reserving a little bit of peanut for another recipe which I'll be making next. First, I'm grinding them into a powder. Then I kept grinding and slowly the oil will start to separate. At first it will look thick like a dough consistency, and after grinding for few more minutes they will turn into a smooth creamy peanut butter. And at this stage I'm adding a tablespoon of jaggery and blending it together once again. Homemade healthy peanut butter is ready with no additives and preservatives, and it can stay fresh in the fridge for up to 6 months. As I said earlier, in my lazy days, I need to have some pre-cut, pre-made or pre-mix item ready in my fridge which will push me to have some home-cooked meals. Hence, I'm going to make 2 pre-made instant chutney mix. First, I'm going to make peanut garlic chutney mix. To make this, first I start by roasting half a cup of garlic pods, then 4 red dried chilies, and then I'm grinding this along with the leftover peanuts with a little bit of oil. I'm storing this chutney mix in the chiller compartment of the fridge. For making chutney, a small portion of this has to be mixed with warm water. Next, I'm going to prepare coconut chutney mix. I'm grinding coconut, roasted gram, green chilies and tamarind together first. This stays fresh for 2 weeks in the chiller. morning breakfast is sorted out for 1 month. My son takes this multigrain porridge before going to school. It is very easy to prepare and very easy for him to eat. And the most important thing is it is highly nutritious. And I take oats mixed with multigrain powder for breakfast. And I top it with trail mix that I prepared. Adding trail mix to this makes every bite crunchy and delicious. On the whole, it is such a simple and filling breakfast. Trail mix also makes a perfect midday snacks. The Nutella was very smooth and easy to spread. My son was very excited to try this and he liked it so much. The peanut butter was quite thick when kept in fridge, but was easy to spread on a hot toast. I also used this peanut butter for making sauce for my noodles. This recipe was such a quick one. For the sauce, I mixed some garlic chutney mix and peanut butter along with soya sauce and olive oil. Once it is ready, I will mix this with the noodles. I topped it with some roasted sesame seeds and chopped coriander leaves. We three love upma, be it any variety. To make the upma, the frozen vegetable mix comes in handy for me. With some sprinkled lentil powder and coconut chutney, my plate is ready. And I quickly made this chutney by grinding some concentrated chutney mix with some water. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If yes, give a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comment section. See you all again with another video. Until then, bye. Take care.